Hi guys, this is Anil BISHOYI and you're watching me on my channel Passionate World. If you're watching our video for the first time and have not subscribed our channel, do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. Whenever we will upload a video, you will get the notification. Friends, before starting our discussion, I would like to say that I can also be very fluent when I will speak very slow. But my motto is not to be very slow, just like coaching institutes and even some of the YouTubers who make videos, because I want to give you people maximum content and information with minimum time. That is the reason why I speak very quick and fast, because your time is your money. Say for example, you are watching my videos, you are investing time in my videos, which will give you output return. And if I will go slow, no matter the video will become longer and you will get the same amount of information and content. So throughout my life, it has been my principle to read fast, read quick and get information, and even sharing and helping others. So that is the reason why I always try to make quick and fast. That is the reason you must have felt that I am going very fast, because I want your time shouldn't be wasted. So before starting today's discussion, let's do a quick recap what we studied in the international thing. It will be a quick revision for you guys. We studied yesterday regarding the human rights. Human rights is about giving equality, civic, political as well as liberty and independence to choose various things. That is about the human rights, and it was signed in 10 December 1948 in Paris. So after that day, the 10 December is being celebrated as Human Rights Day, and later on the same year, the racial genocide law was passed in the same year. And after 17 years, you remember my principle: 17, 14, 10 and again 17. You can remember this particular sequence and you can memorize it, which I gave yesterday. So 17, then again 14, from UDHR to 17, if you will add, you will reach up to the racial discrimination, removal of racial discrimination convention in 1965, and add another 14, then you reach up to 1979, removal of discrimination against women, and if you will add another 10, you reach up to 1989, that is rights of the children, and then add another 17 again and you will reach rights for the disabled people in 2006. So 17, 14, 10 and 17. Remember this sequence. You will be quickly remember up to genocide, then racial, then women, then children, and last one is disabled people. You remember this. And coming to the next discussion, we did about ILO's convention 1952, and the convention number is very important, which I said that add 1952 plus add another 50, you reach up to 102, and 102 is the convention number, and 102 is the convention. And what were the 9 social security things which we discussed? It was again E, F, I, M, M, O, S, S, U. E for employment security, F for family security, I for invalidity security, M for maternal, first M is for maternal, second is for medical, then O for old age security, then second S is for sickness related, then security, then second is the S for security, then SSU, U is for unemployment security. You remember this: E, F, I, M, M, O, S, S, U. You remember the 9 securities which are being guaranteed under 1952 Convention number 102, this particular thing. And then what were the three processes in which the security can be achieved? It is USS. U is for universal benefit, S is for social insurance, and second is S is for social assistance. And there is a flexibility given in that convention to individual states. Now we will move to a very important part of discussion which is still undergoing. And recently the Britain Parliament has already passed the exiting EU. So it is discussing about EU. Discuss the benefit of Britain being EU and leaving it. What are the benefits Britain will get if it will be remaining in EU, and what are the benefits Britain will get if it will leave the EU? So let's start a quick discussion. Brexit process began with UK voting to leave the EU in 2016 referendum. Referendum happened under Prime Minister David Cameron. David Cameron wanted to stay in EU, and referendum was voted against EU. That is the reason why he left and he resigned, and Theresa May came in 2016. From 2016 to 2019, Theresa May tried her level best to seal a deal with EU and convince the Britain MPs, the Member of Parliament, to vote in favor of her proposal. But she couldn't get it done, that's why she also resigned. And it is now up to Boris Johnson. And Boris Johnson has quickly took decisions and sealed a deal with EU and effectively passed the Britain, and Britain left the EU. So let's discuss what are the benefits that UK could have got had it stayed back in EU. Business. First one is business. What is business? Free trade within EU reduces barriers and enables the UK company to grow. Free trade barriers. There are free trade barriers, means UK business, EU business can go and do business in Britain, and Britain businesses can go and do business with other countries of the EU, and that was helping Britain more. Then consumer goods. Average person in Britain saves more due to lower prices of goods and services facilitated by EU. That means the saving was more by purchasing the products from the EU nations. In Britain's market, the items produced by the local companies were costly, and EU companies' products and selling in Britain market was cheap. That is the reason why average people were saving more. After leaving, the average people will be facing the burn because they will save less. Then foreign affairs. As a part of community of 500 million people, Britain has greater influence over international matters as a member of EU. Britain would have, had it remained in EU, being a member of 500 community member of a 500 million people, they could have influenced the policy making decisions in EU as well as in the world affairs. But after leaving EU, Britain became a single nation. Means after leaving it, it became a single entity. It will be representative of its own people. Then we come to the jobs. Millions of jobs linked to Britain's membership would be put at risk. And what will be the two sectors which will be the hardest hit? One is nursing, second one is manufacturing. These two were hardest hit, were nursing as well as manufacturing in Britain. Means the people of Britain will lose jobs in these particular sectors. Then money. European business invest billions of pounds in UK every year in both public sector and private sector. EU means say for example a particular business in France or even Germany are spending billions of dollars in UK. That is helping UK's total business, and if after leaving the EU, then Britain's business will be feeling the burn. That is the thing. Then next, coming to security, EU better equip Britain to tackle threats to security including terrorism and cross-border crime. Means in the security scenario, it would have been helpful to Britain to remain in EU, because it is very easy to fight terrorism and cross-border crime by remaining in EU than going away from EU and dealing terrorism and cross-border crime. Then coming to sovereignty, Britain has proved that it can opt out of unfair policy which it considers counterintuitive, such as adoption of Euro, the Schengen Agreement and the enforced migrant quotas. Britain has the main region of Britain living are these 2-3, and Britain has proved previously also that they can still remain in EU and deal with this. They in Euro they have not accepted it fully. They have their own currency, pound, going. Then Schengen Agreement, some of the agreement in Schengen, some of the clauses in Schengen Agreement, Britain has opted out. And enforced migrant quotas. Even Germany and France were pressurizing Britain to take more migrants, but it has said that it will not do it. It will not do it, and Britain has made it. Then trade, and finally coming to trade, is EU member gives Britain access to European single market, which is invaluable for trade and enables easy movement of goods, services and people. It is very important. Trade, EU membership helps Britain to help its people, goods and as well as services to transfer from one place and sell it on the other place. So these are the ways that Britain could have got the benefit, and after leaving it, it will be loss at this particular places. And so by giving this, I will give you a simple tip how to remember it. You remember BCFJ MSST. You simply remember as BCFJ MSST. BCFJ MSST is for benefits of Britain remaining in EU. Okay. Now moving to the other side, we will discuss what are the benefits Britain will get by going away from EU. Friends, now moving to this portion of discussion where we will discuss benefits of Britain leaving EU. What are the benefits Britain will achieve after leaving the EU? You remember the BCFJ MSST, we will discuss in the same sequence. B, business, you remember I had told you that the businesses were able to do freely from EU to Britain and Britain to EU. In the other side of business, what they are losing, they were losing this inflexible bureaucracy in the EU. In EU, bureaucracy decision making was very slow. They were not able to quickly decide on something, and Britain was having problem with that. Then prohibitive smaller companies to do business. Means smaller companies of Britain were having maximum problem staying in EU, and after leaving EU, the smaller companies of the Britain, they will flourish. That will help in their employment generation in their own backyard. Now, second, you remember consumer. I said that cheap items they are buying from the EU, and thus they were saving more. In the other side of the consumer goods, the average person in the Britain loses hundreds and pounds every year to EU VAT contribution and agricultural subsidy. Though they were saving more by buying EU products, but this saving was going maximum as a contribution to EU VAT contribution, value added tax contribution as well as agricultural subsidy contribution. You are getting my point? So the things were getting neutralized. The third one, you remember, foreign affairs, 500 million people's community member, they were able to influence. In this side, what is that? EU member limits Britain's internal influence, ruling out an independent seat at WTO. Though they were able to influence as a member of the 500 million people community member, but the other side is they were losing the WTO independent seat. That was a much more valuable to Britain's own influence. Then job, I told you that two sectors which will definitely got hit will be hit, especially one is the nursing, second one is manufacturing. In this side, improved global trade agreements and more selective immigration will help a positive effect on British job market. Though the Britain after leaving EU, there will be loss in nursing as well as manufacturing, but independent trade agreements. Say for example, Britain having a trade agreement with India, there will be more jobs created directly in Britain, not in the EU's policy. And selective immigration, because remaining in EU, they will have to take more immigrants, which are creating problem in Britain's job market. That will be not the case in this particular thing after leaving EU. Then money. You remember I said that Britain, maximum businesses, they were investing billions of dollars in Britain, and that's how they were getting money. But in the other side, Britain contributes billions of pounds of membership fees to every year. As a member of the EU, they have to contribute something to EU's fund, and billions of pounds they were contributing. They were losing money. One side they were getting money, the other side they were losing money. Security. You remember I told that as a member of EU, they were helping easy to deal with global terrorism as well as cross-border terrorism. In the other side, Britain's domestic security could benefit from full control of the border, which could gain outside the political union, because EU having liberal immigration laws, and through these liberal immigration laws, terrorists are entering inside Britain and creating havoc, just like London bomb attack. So if they leave out EU, then they will completely seal their borders. They will completely seal, and that will help them to strengthen the security apparatus of their own country. Then next, sovereignty. You remember, so in the sovereignty I said even in Britain they were having independent influence by continuing their pound, then continuing the immigration policy and Schengen area. But Britain would have more control over its laws and regulations without risk of having counterintuitive policy forced by EU. Because EU always pressurizing Britain to have different policies related to these particular subjects, immigration, then other policies, laws related to this. Then trade. Trade, as I told you, Britain was having people, goods and as well as services can easily transfer from EU to Britain and Britain to EU. That was the benefit. But what is the loss? Loss was this. Britain, because of remaining, Britain was unable to deal with major economies like Japan, India and US. Independent trade agreement, Britain was losing because they have to take the approval of EU. And in decision making, EU's bureaucracy, as we have discussed, was not flexible enough. They were slow in decision making. That is the reason why the problem was happening. So the same things which were benefit from other side was having lost to the Britain in the other direction. That is the reason why they were having problem, and that's how in 2016 there was a referendum whether to stay back in EU and to go away from EU, and people of Britain voted to go away from EU. And after that, Theresa May came to power, and Theresa May couldn't seal the deal. She resigned. Boris Johnson came to power, and Boris Johnson took quick initiatives, quick decisions, and finally on 31st January 2020, 11 p.m. GMT time. GMT means Greenwich Mean Time. Britain left European Union. But Britain is still in a transition process in what? In the EU law remains only custom union and single market. Means they will be always in the customs union and single market, but away from political bodies and institutions, because these are the roadblocks for Britain from having its influence world over. That is the thing. And I hope this part of discussion is clear to you. And thank you very much. If you like our video, then do give me a thumbs up and do share.